Always focus on what you do have to become the highest version of yourself, right? There's a concept, they call it the alchemy of the soul, where they say every soul is on its journey to become the highest version of themselves. Every soul is on its journey to become gold, right? And in alchemy, in literal alchemy, you have many different elements that exist. You have like over 100 different elements in the periodic table that exist. And in the practice of alchemy, they're working on they're working on developing formulas to turn these substances into gold. Because they view gold as the highest form of all these substances. They say, you know what? All these substances and chemicals in chemistry and the periodic table, they're all different. But when they're all the highest version of themselves, they transform into gold. And in a way, human souls are pretty similar, where even though we're all different in terms of talents and abilities, we all have that desire and drive to become gold, to become the highest version of ourselves. So it's something to keep in mind, right? So, if God gave you a specific tool set to become gold, right, you got to use your specific tool set. And what I mean by that is the formula in alchemy, right? The formula to turn, I don't know, to turn boron into gold isn't going to be the same formula to turn silver into gold. So keep that in mind. To turn silver into gold is going to be a completely different process from turning boron into gold, right? You're not going to have the same formula. So in a way, human souls are very similar, right? You might have a guy that's born with a talent and ability where he really wants to become famous. He really wants to make videos to help other people. In which case, are you going to tell this guy that he should be giving away money, that he should be starting a business and focusing on finance, if the guy doesn't have the drive to do all that and he wants to go make YouTube videos to help people instead? Probably wouldn't. So you got to keep that in mind. God gave you a specific tool set, a specific formulation to reach goals, to reach the highest version of yourself. And, it really hurts guys in general when they try to focus on being someone else and applying a formula to their life that doesn't apply, right? What I mean by that is I'm not the tallest guy in the world, right? I'm not that great at basketball. I think basketball players are cool, and I think playing basketball is pretty fun. Am I going to try to force myself to be a basketball player when, I feel like my God-given natural abilities and talents are different? I'm not going to do that because I'm just not built for it. That's not the plan God has for me. I feel inclined to make videos that help people, and I feel inclined to make music that helps uplift other people. That's what I feel inclined to do, and that's what I want to do. I'm not really much of a basketball player. So that's the formula that God gave me to become successful in this world and to help other people. And God gave a different formula and different tool set to everyone in order to achieve this highest version of themselves, in order to turn into gold, to transform their soul into gold. So keep that in mind. You got to focus on your tool set, focus on the stuff that you're born with, and become the highest version of yourself, right? What are you naturally inclined to do? Are you a natural seller? Do you feel like selling products all the time? Maybe you should sell products that help people, right? That's how you turn into gold. That's what God gave you. So keep that in mind. It's something to keep in mind when you're trying to improve your life and you're trying to become the highest version of yourself. You gotta follow what your body's telling you. You gotta listen to your gut. You gotta listen to your intuition. What is it telling you to do in order to transform into gold, to transform into the highest version of yourself? and try to do it in a positive way that helps the world.